Well, it's not just important, it's vital. Like, this is how I feed my family. This is what we do. We do this not just for some fun thing. This is how we feed the kids, it's how we pay the bills. So our bread and butter here is basically big furniture like dining tables, conference tables, and whatnot. And then we also do smaller stuff like living room furniture, bedroom furniture, a little bit of that stuff too, but a lot of charcuterie boards, a lot of cutting boards, a lot of butcher blocks, a lot of wooden countertops for kitchens and stuff, a lot of new construction stuff. We also do a lot of interior design art projects too. Pretty much anything you can build it, we can make it. All right, welcome to the shop. Over here, we have most of our wood storage that's indoors. We also have wood storage out there. Most of our slabs come from Costa Rica. We've got anything from wild tamarind to cashew to monkey pod and perotta. So monkey pod, they call it the Costa Rican walnut. There's a lot of different items I use, but it all comes from Costa Rica. They got the biggest, widest slab selection. It's naturally fallen rainforest timber. It's ethically sourced. We don't have anything that's cut. It already has to be fallen. They have pretty strict harvesting rules. So I've got wild tamarind, cashew, but I also use domestic hardwoods as well, like walnut, pine, oaks, and everything in between. You know, it's all about what the customer likes. You just can't find domestic slabs that are single slabs that are this big. They just don't exist really. And when they do, they're gone. This little guy, this little chunk of hard maple, it's got some nice spalting in it. This is a coffee table for my buddy. I'm gonna put some steel legs on this and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's all fabricated, nothing's bought. This is wild tamarind. This is unfinished. And then over here, this is the same wood. This is wild tamarind as well. And this is what it looks like in finished form. So hopefully our customer comes by the end of the week and picks this up because I'm sick of dusting it off. the resin that we use, it's a deep pour. You can pour up to 2 inches deep at a time. So usually these are at least 2 pours since this is a 3-inch thick table. But we like to fill all the voids so food doesn't get caught in there. Yep, after it's poured, we usually take the 3.5-inch Makita hand planer, plane all the excess off, then we sand it smooth, then I put 6 coats of Polarian catalyzed urethane finish on it, and it's the most bulletproof finish I've ever seen. It's pretty durable stuff. Over here, we have our woodworking equipment. Most of it is Baileigh, of course. Right here is my joiner. This is my second Baileigh machine I ever got. You run your glue joint pieces off of this joiner. It makes it for a nice tight joint, so it's invisible. Next, this is the first Baileigh machine I ever had. This is my bandsaw. It's the 14-inch bandsaw. Use it for cutting down high timbers or resawing. It's a great, I got a 3/4-inch blade here, so it's a resaw blade, but you can make fine little cuts if you put a thinner blade on there. This is my spindle shaper. It's probably my least used Baileigh machine, but it is probably the most efficient one because you can make all these interlocking joints. You can make some cool router joints on this too. Dust collection works great on that machine. This is the big boy. This is the biggest lathe that Baileigh makes. Turn bowls on this, baseball bats for my cousin plays at Michigan. He's a Wolverine center fielder. I turn all kinds of bats for him and his teammates, mostly training bats. This is my spindle sander. This is what I make all my really cool edges on my charcuterie boards and whatnot. Makes quick work of edges. Over here is my 20-inch Baileigh planer. Soon I'll be outfitting it with the spiral cutter head with the indexable carbides. It's a great machine either way. It's got a 5-horse motor. It makes quick work of anything that needs to be planed down. It's a badass machine. So back here we have the most important machine in my whole shop, and it should have been the first one I bought, but it was like my 5th. This is my Baileigh dust collector. It's got a 3-horse motor. It's the Tornado, so it's got the funnel. It's really easy to pop this bad boy off and just empty out your dust. I probably do it twice a day when we're in high production mode. It's got a HEPA filter on the back, so it keeps the air nice and clean in here. We still usually wear respirators just to preserve your lungs, but this bad boy keeps my shop really clean. All right, let's go check out some finished items in my upper garage. So this first piece here, this is a monkey pod top. Cenicero is the proper term for it. That's also monkey pod. This is perotta. This is a desktop. I'm working on making the base for it. And over here we got some root balls, Then over here I got my little rounds. Those are just cross-cut pieces that you can make little end tables or cutting boards or anything out of those. Got a couple finished bases over here, ready for some tops. Those are some steel bases I got from my buddy up in St. Cloud. I got some snake wood over here. That's pretty dang hard wood. Got this wicked cross-cut piece here. That's going to be a coffee table as well.
This one right here?
Yeah. And then that big you see how big that tree must have been, huh?
Yeah.
That's a Perota tree as well. Yeah, that's about it. Just nice to have because they're really good stuff, but they're essential to what I do because they make it possible for me to basically make the nice tight glue joints, you know, make a nice straight cut, or anywhere from just being reliable and dependable to just being some really cool machines. But what I like the most about them is if I got a problem, I just call my buddy over at Baileigh in Manitowoc and it's taken care of. Shane is a multimedia martial artist, as he proclaims. He boosted my business from just a few hundred followers to thousands of people following me and doing what I do. He shined a spotlight on me because he believed in what I do. He basically put his money where his mouth is and invested his time and reputation into my business here. Totally couldn't do it without Shane. He's an awesome fella. You remember the hashtag Baileigh Army? Like, you're in the club. It's like you're part of this network of people who make cool shit. It's not just about a stupid name and a stupid process. It's about being it's almost like a fraternity of dudes. We all kind of network together. It's a trusted group of people. We all share each other's stuff. The Baileigh family has really been welcoming and totally part of my whole success is being self-employed. I mean, to be honest, I really couldn't do without them. I've got 3 daughters. 2 of them have a great interest in making things. As soon as they get old enough to be responsible to operate these dangerous machines and tools, I'll get them in here ASAP. Right now it's basically cleanup duty. So, but my 3 girls are definitely going to carry on my legacy of making cool stuff, for sure.